I love my family and where I came from, and I love people, and I love storytelling, and I love learning about people through storytelling and celebrating the differences that we have. My name is Sara Porkalob. I am an artist activist, primarily a performance artist, and the activism that I do is rooted in the destruction of white supremacy in institutions, in smaller organizations, and in my specific community. I'm a musician, I play 4 instruments, and I'm a singer as well. I decided to go to college for theater because I thought I could meld both of those things in musical theater. I quickly realized that as a brown woman, as somebody also who grew up poor in America, that the success that Hollywood and Broadway represented wasn't as openly available to me as it would be to able-bodied straight white dudes or even straight white women. And I decided that I needed to reassess what I was doing with my art form, what my performance art was really for, and how to use that as a tool for the other things that I care about. 5 years ago, it was really white. This theater scene was like really white. You could see one Asian play that was explicitly about being Asian, or you could see the one specific show about being black happening in an otherwise all-white season. As a woman and as a person of color, I didn't really see any narratives on the stages that looked anything like me, that felt like anything from my experience or my family. There are a lot of elitist ideas around how a piece of art should be structured, how a piece of art should look, what a piece of art should say, and who it's for. And a lot of the work that I had to do for this show had to do with breaking that down first, unpacking that, and really understanding what that meant. And I had to find my own way of making art. My story is my family story, and what that means is that I have to render all of the characters in their full complexity, as much as I was able to do it. And what that meant, though, is that I had to show parts of these characters, people that I love very, very much, and I had to show them and know that people would critique, and people may not understand. But within the context of my story, I couldn't not do that. I couldn't whitewash my story because I was worried about what white people were going to think. I couldn't render the white people in my show as any less racist than they actually were. Like, that's not true. I had to tell the truth. I've been thinking for a while about going to grad school, not for theater, but for intersectional gender studies. And I had this feeling that if I wanted to make an academic dent in like American theater pedagogy, I of course had to have a degree, and I had to go and learn about academically rigorous theory that I didn't know about. And the place that I'm looking at is actually in Sweden. And then the election happened, and as I watched those states change color on election night, I was like, okay, great, so I'm not gonna leave the country. I'm definitely gonna stay here. I didn't feel right about leaving the country, and I had to really reassess what I'm trying to do as a person and as an artist in my community. If there was any doubt in my mind that anything I was doing was trying to like fuck up white supremacy and deconstruct it and tear it apart and like stamp it out of existence, then that day was the day that was like, yeah, this is what you're gonna do with your life. And I was ready for it. I think that as I learn more about what I'm doing, it becomes more important. So the last 5 years, it's just become crystal clear to me that this is the work that I'm meant to be doing and that I want to be doing for the rest of my life.
I now want to welcome to the stage the remarkable Sara Porkalob.